move around to different parts of the country. But have you ever wondered how these parts are manufactured? What is the basic step of manufacturing all these equipments and machinery? The basic step starts with a simple drawing or a design, or known as a plan. Now, conventional or traditional means of drawing or a design used to be with a single person, human made with a pencil and paper and a drawing board. This method used to change from person to person, as it used to be the perception of the drawer or the designer who used to make the drawing. For that reason, to standardize our drawings, we were introduced to the electronic device known as computer. What is a computer? It is an electronic device for storing and processing data as per the user-defined method. The user-defined method is also known as variable form of expression, because we have different inputs in the expression, that is alphabets ranging from A to Z and numbers ranging from 0 to 9. This data is understood in the computer in the form of binary numbers. Binary numbers consist of only two numbers, that is 0 and 1. Now this is a sketch, or this is a drawing of a computer in which all the parts of the computer are being shown. The major parts of the computer are the monitor, in which we can visualize or see what is being done with the computer, the CPU, which consists of the arithmetical logical unit, also known as the ALU, the motherboard, which consists of the processor, and the hard drive. Now the size of the hard drive depends upon the limitation or use of the computer. If we need a server is a computer that connects 3 or 4 computers, then the hard drive must be quite large, that is around 1 trillion gigabytes. If we need a computer for home purpose, we can use around 256 gigabytes. The other parts that connect to a computer are a mouse and keyboard. Rest all parts can or cannot be there for smooth running of the computer. Those are the speakers, the printers, and the audio system. Okay. Now the main parts of a computer. How is a computer divided? The computer is divided into two main components. The first one is hardware. A hardware component is a component which we can see. We can see the dimensions of the part and we can touch it. Whereas the software component of a computer is a component which is inserted into the computer for smooth running of the computer. Now there are two different types of softwares also. First is system software, that is the core software used in the computer to run the computer. It is like a heart of the human body, which if we remove the heart, the human body will not function. Such system softwares are operating softwares. Nowadays we have operating softwares such as Windows. Device drivers are the drivers that help us to connect an audio system or a video system attachment to the computer. Language processor is a processor in which we can use and add different languages to our convenience. The next is application software. Application softwares are generally generalized or packaged softwares. These can represent MS Office, many other games that we play, solitaire, calculator, and other designing softwares that are used in the computer. These are customized as to one's requirement. The computer, as we have discussed, the major and important and compulsory parts are the monitor to view the task being performed, the CPU that consists of a motherboard, that is arithmetic and logical unit, that is the ALU, and the hard disk drive to store the required information. The keyboard and mouse are compulsory to operate and provide input to the computer. A power supply unit is required to run the computer. Other parts that can be used in the computer, these are also known as accessories. These are scanner, printer, a webcam, speaker, projector, and other accessories. Now software, as discussed, a software consists of the operating system software, that is also known as the source of the computer, like Windows, MS-DOS, Linux, Mac OS. Program is defined as the set of instructions to perform a particular operation. These programs can be MS Office, calculator, games such as Solitaire, Minesweeper, IGI, NFS, all are programs which are customized as to one's requirement and are helpful to us to run in the computer. Now, the convenience or importance of computer into education. We can type and save documents as per one's availability requirement. That is, n number of papers and documents can be stored inside the computer. We can store the audio and video files into our hardware, view the stored data on the monitor and update and adjust the data as per one's requirement. We can edit the documents that are present. We can cut the videos and only take whatever video we require. We can produce hard copy of the document with or image with the help of or with the use of a printer. So the basic programs that are required with a computer are, the first is Office. The Office generally consists of 4 different parts. First is the word processor, second is the PowerPoint processor, the third is the Excel processor, the fourth is the Outlook processor. The word processor helps us to attach or add word files that are used with the help of alphabets into the computer. The Excel files help us to gather and calculate and attach mathematical files and store it into the computer. Similarly, PowerPoint helps us in maintaining and saving the PowerPoint slide files into the computer. WPS Office or MS Office, both are same set of programs but with a different company. WPS Office is from WPS company, whereas MS Office is from MS company. MS company is generally known as Microsoft company. Every year, each of these softwares have been updated and regulated as to the standards and the utility into the computer. Now, the type of computers available in the market. Generally, we had a desktop computer initially, then afterwards it was modified into a laptop. The laptop was then modified into a notebook. The notebook was then modified into a hybrid that consists of the laptop also as the notebook, the tablet also known as the smartphones that we use in these days, and the smartphone. Next, we have 2 set of computers. These both are known as the master computers, or these are known as the supercomputers. Gordon is the world's first supercomputer. Generally, these are used in bigger companies such as Facebook and Intel and IBM to store their data and effectively running off all the programs by many users. Now, coming to conventional drawing method. Conventional drawing method or traditional drawing method is a drawing method that uses drawing boards, drafter, requires higher accuracy, collecting and arranging of all the parts is a responsible hard work, as the drawing or designing of each of the part is depending upon the perception of the human that is doing the drawing and the way the drawing is being stored and placed. There is always a risk with paper, as it can be torn, it can be altered. Altering the drawing means rubbing off the important parts of a drawing due to unexpected conditions or being eaten away by animals such as mice and other animals. Maintaining standard in each drawing is difficult, as the method of drawing may vary from person to person. Generally, when we give a drawing to each different persons, the way the drawing is being done may vary very slightly, but at the end, the standardization has to be maintained and all the drawings should be correctly ordered. Now, some of the drawings in which we can represent the conventional method of drawing, we can see a person with the drafter, with the drawing board, with the paper, drawing the drawings. That is a very hectic job. Now, for this reason, we have come to computer assisted design, also known as CAD. Computer assisted design or drawing is the first basic step of software drawing. By this drawing, we can easily draw n number of drawings, collaborate into one file and also store it as per our convenience. The basic program in which we used to draw the earlier drawings or a simple 2D plane or a 2D house or a 2D bike is Paint. By Paint, we can create very simple drawings that are conveniently represented into the computer monitor. The complex programs were later designed as per the design requirements for designing heavy and complex machinery. For mechanical and civil engineering drawings, different software programs are being created and are being used in these days for effective design. Now, why we require computer assistance? Why not go with a traditional way in which only a human can do all the drawings and that those only drawings can be utilized into our day-to-day basis? The first reason is we can neatly do the drawings and store them into hierarchical record of data. Hierarchical record of data is the way of recording data in which we can record all the data design into one single file. We can record the data into which drawing we require first and which drawing we require later. The order of the drawing can be decided neatly. Now the changes means any addition or any subtraction in the drawing can be done very easily with the help of the computers. The file can be stored safely, free of external factors that affect the design, such as the rain, theft, etc. The size of drawing sheet can be taken as long as possible, as we can vary the computer screen size as our requirement. Any side view of the design can be viewed and altered. When we have a 3D image of a drawing, we have three views: top view, side view, the left and the right both, and the front view. Now, these three drawings will be very difficult if we draw or design through a traditional way. So for that same reason, a 3D view can easily be seen in the computer and can easily be altered and modified. Some of the civil design programs that are used in recent days are AutoCAD. The basic and the very first company to introduce the designing software was AutoCAD. That is helping us in day-to-day life for drafting of the designs. Drafting means drawing a particular part. Then StatPro we have for design and analysis. Design is the same part as drafting, and analysis is we can also conduct an analysis on the designed part as to how much load it can incur and what is the breakable stress that the part that we have designed can incur. The next are for Primavera for construction management. This will help us in gathering all the parts required, all the material required, what are the analysis of all the parts into one single block. Revit structure is used for building information modeling. If we have a huge building, suppose in the form of a big mall or an apartment, Revit structure is very useful. ETABS is used for design and analysis. SAP 2000 is one of such softwares. ArcGIS is used for surveying. Surveying is a method in which we can survey a particular area. Surveying means we can see the earth level of that area with the help of a sea level, and we can adjust our building accordingly. 3ds Max is also used for modeling. Now, these are the different parts or designs which are being done through civil engineering softwares. We can see that a huge building has been done, and we can also visualize the number of stresses that are present in the building, the number of columns that we have to use, the analysis of all the columns, the load bearing of all the columns can also be done. In the same way, we can also model and analyze a big road or a highway structure. Mechanical engineering programs. Mechanical engineering also has some design programs that can be used and are helpful for us in designing effectively. The first one again, AutoCAD Mechanical, that is used for drafting. SolidWorks DSS company for again drafting and designing. MATLAB is a software that is used for numerical analysis. Generally, numerical analysis means load bearing and the stress that can be incurred on a particular part of a machinery. Hypermesh again for analysis. Analysis again consists of stress bearing and load carrying capacity. UG, NX, CATIA, DS, Solid Edge and other programs all are the mechanical engineering design programs that have been into the market and that can be used as per one's design and one's requirement. The next is the drawings that are being done with the help of 3D mechanical designing softwares. The first is a part of design, a part of machinery that is used in the mechanical machinery. The second is, as you can see, a part of a bike. The third drawing consists of the outer body of a car. You can see here that the body of a car can be twisted and turned as per one's requirement. We can see the inner section and also the outer body of the car. So by this, designing is a computer is a must requirement in designing nowadays, and it is like we cannot live without computers into our day-to-day life. A famous quote by Warren Buffett, we can say that the internet and computers, if one has in their homes, they can learn everything for free. Thank you.